Okay, welcome back to MRL No Assist. We're getting ready for the second round in Season 10, and we are here in Monaco for what is going to be the race of all time, probably. Hopefully
I don't don't
hopefully more
know.
than three people finish. If you notice, Pat isn't present today, so we have D Master in his place. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see this race. I kind of wanted to race in it, but either way, this is gonna be very fun. I'm actually kind of glad I'm not racing in it because people here look really fun to race against. But at night, nah.
Yeah, speaking of, like he said, we are here in Monaco, and it is at night. Taking a look, this is an all-time classic circuit. A little over 2 miles, 19 corners, one DRS zone. Although overtaking is going to be very difficult, to say the least, around here. Hopefully, there won't be any wet weather. I don't think there will be. But yeah, even though it shows that it's bright and sunny in the intro, it very much isn't in real life. We are going, like I said, full night. Absolutely wonderful to see. Again,
Lovely.
the last time only three people finished, so hopefully we have more than that this time around.
Yeah, honestly, I think last time was a very odd race because everyone was racing in the nighttime and everyone was kind of pushing more than they needed to. Um Last time we had this with season 8 for our finale. Um Notorious for the very very well-known Giants fan getting his NA title and his tier 1 title in the same day. So, I think I think it'll be a lot closer this time around since other than Alan Toast, Giants isn't here. So, it'll be fun to watch for sure.
Yeah. Funny thing, the Alpine looks way better at night in
Oh
Monaco.
yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
it looks so much better, specifically here. And I don't know what it is about it, but it just comes out way more clean. But yeah, hopefully all these drivers have a better time in qualifying than I did. And as I say that, I think we already have two people out. Uh,
Mm, a rip. Sacco and Cape de Possum are both out already. Not the ideal start you wanna see, but
Yeah,
anyways.
they may have
Yeah.
retired in the pits because both of their cars are shown to be in the pits, or maybe they
Yeah.
both did crash. I'm either way, I'm not sure. Yeah, qualifying sucks for me
100.
because four corners in out of the pits, I drive and I just veer off, crash into the wall, and I just thought to myself, oh my god, I'm terrible at the game. And I'm like, well, I might as well check the stats and see what else is going on. Oh, none of my buttons are working. Oh, okay. So my controller desynced, so I didn't. So when I crashed, it wasn't my fault. My controller literally desynced mid corner. Okay, so I didn't mess up. Why did my controller desync mid corner? I went through
Exactly.
like a whirlwind of emotions in like 10 seconds. Yeah, that was an experience and a half. A lot of people are actually invalidating around here. It seems, which it's very easy to do. The chicane comes to mind just
Turn
out of the
1.
tunnel. Yeah, turn one, of course. And
Notorious.
yeah, and also that latter part of Sector 3, if you get a little bit too eager trying to corner cut, you'll go a little bit too far, and that's also track limits.
I don't know. I don't. Whoa, there's a tire there at turn 1. I don't really like cutting that chicane at the second swimming pool chicane because it doesn't really do much for lap time. Oh, there's a backwards Alfa Romeo in there. Okay, that's MB Jacobson who's just sitting there at the exit there. As Ketchin set the fastest lap. I think that chicane, as I was saying earlier, that second swimming pool chicane is doubtably better to just not take the sausage curb. Yeah, you get some distance, but you also unsettle the car a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It has those big sausage curves right there. If you're not careful, you're going to end up like Charles Leclerc in 2021.
Or Stroll.
Or Stroll. What has happened? We need to know. I
We
can
need to
know.
know.
Yeah, that was the
Iconic.
moment of all time. Yeah, absolutely. And so we already
You know
have
what?
about half the field having put a lap time on the board.
Yeah. the I don't know what to say because Alan toasted an 11.9 on mediums.
Yeah. I mean, he's the dominant force in no assists. Like nobody's been able to get past him at all. So this is honestly not too much of a surprise, all things considered.
It's not a surprise. I'm not saying it is because we all know that Alan's gonna get pole here probably by like half a second. But come on, 11.9 on mediums, it never gets old. 11.2 on mediums, never mind. He's that's
There we go.
nuts. That's nuts.
Okay, yeah, I was just checking my audio because I'm like, wait a minute, why is it sensing no audio? Just had to quickly deactivate and reactivate stream there, so that's all good. Yeah, Alan, he just put in the fastest slot. Yeah, nobody's gonna be beating Alan here. I just kind of
No.
get that feeling. He's the unstoppable force and immovable object. Although Monaco, I know, is desperate to challenge him. He came close to winning just last week in Brazil. Unfortunately for him, he missed out on that. But I think it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Speaking of interesting, we have Sketchy making his way around. Managed
Oh,
to get
and there's
himself
a
a
car
very
on the
good
wall.
result. Oh, who?
Benzo.
Well, that is unfortunate.
I'm
Very
actually
easy.
watching.
Hmm?
Good.
I was going to say it's very easy to lose it around here.
Yeah.
If you're not sure about that, be sure to watch literally every single stream that happened earlier, and you will see exactly what we're talking about.
Yep.
And again, it's no fault of the drivers whatsoever. This is just the hardest track in the entire game by a good
Uh,
margin.
yeah, easily though. Oh my god. I actually was watching Minico there as he had a huge snap at the last corner as he goes P3 behind not MB Jacobson, Sketchy Bull. Sketch.
Molly Dragon taking a little bit of an adventure just before the legendary hairpin, and looks like he didn't get any damage for it, but he just kind of outbroke himself in that moment.
Taking the Nico Rosberg escape road. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
pretty much. I mean, I don't know what it is about Monaco, but it seems like Monaco of all places where drivers commit the most shenanigans. Like,
Shenanigans.
shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like we have Nico, we have Charles Leclerc in 2021. His crash was argued. Some people argue that it was intentional. Then there's 2022 with Checo,
That
who supposedly did it
yeah.
intentionally. Same case with Alonso. And so
Yeah,
it's just like,
exactly.
and well, of course, the legendary incidents with Michael Schumacher back in the day. It's just like it's always here, in particular, where people just love to inconvenience things for everybody else but themselves.
Well, it's because it's such an easy track to just play it off as just another mistake.
Exactly.
But like whenever you admit, oh my goodness, Sketchy will just try to go for another run and instantly went into the first turn. That was nice from him. Yeah, it's just a really easy track to make mistakes, as Sketchy Bull just did. It's so easy to just write it off as, yeah, I made a mistake. Sorry, guys. Sucks to suck to be you if you didn't get a lap in before me, like Checo um, or Nico in previous F1 years. It's really fun to see these guys out here though, because this is such a challenging circuit, and in real F1 and in the game. Ooh, MB Jacobson mounted that curb a little bit too much. In the third sector, he invalidated his lap. He was on a cooker.
Winfro almost cooking his tires there, locked up just a little bit, making his way through the hairpin now. Now I'm about to enter the tunnel section where it's honestly, well, in daytime, of course, it's kind of harrowing to drive through because it's just dark, and then the moment you get out there, it's like a flashbang straight in your face, and so it
Yeah,
can be distracting at times, especially if you're trying to defend from a car behind. And so that can easily throw a driver off their game for a moment, and a moment is all it takes to completely ruin your race here.
100%. That 100-meter board comes way too quickly at you, and I'd say you break right around 90 meters, And if you get that braking perfect, you get a great exit out of the corner, turning in real nice. But it's so easy to get blinded by that and just be focusing on like where you're going on track. If you're a little bit offline, then you have to recover online to get a good entry. And it's just so tricky for drivers. But in the nighttime, you don't have that obstacle,
Yeah,
and you
exactly.
can just go through that with no problems. Everything is just lit up nicely, and he doesn't 10-4. Okay. Um, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, honestly, I think Alan after the season may quit for simply being bored.
He's gonna Max Verstappen it, yeah.
Yeah, I genuinely think he might Max Verstappen that. Yeah, again, I like you were saying, I would not be surprised. Obviously, Max is talking about finishing out his contract. I think when he finishes that contract, he's going to retire, or he may retire earlier for the simple reason of boredom and wanting to go elsewhere.
Boredom.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
could
I
genuinely see
agree.
it.
I agree. I don't think he'll last until I think he'll
2030.
last until 2028. I just don't think he'll last till 2030. Yeah, because it's so far away. 6 years. Imagine he dominates for 6 years.
He would get bored of dominating.
He would
He,
get bored by 2027
yeah,
after the new regulations
yeah,
come in.
exactly. Like he enjoys being pushed, having competition. Like in early 2022, when he and Charles Leclerc were duking it out, he was having a great time. You know, he and Leclerc would talk post race, and that's an Aston Martin stopped in the middle of the track. But
Yep.
anyways, yeah, they would talk post race. Max explaining to Charles Leclerc, just the two of them, honestly having a pretty good time of it. Again, like he enjoys being pushed now.
Yeah.
Now the got that first title in 2021. That is. Prior to that, oh
Hughes.
boy, he was a whole different
Yeah.
animal. He's kind of cooled off ever since, and oh, that's unfortunate. The Norbash, I think, just crashed out as his teammate went past.
Unfortunate. Yeah. Um, I think 2021 Max was a very hungry Max to just win as much as he could, which he was doing before 2021,
Oh yeah,
but not enough to challenge for the championship. Other than 2020, where he had somewhat of a chance, but that W11 was just nuts. That W11 had another thing in it.
yeah. That
Um,
car was quite literally built different. But then 2021, Bahrain happens. I think in that moment, Max is like, "Hold up, you got a shot at
we've got a
this."
chance.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
I got a.
and and Lewis is like, this is my year. This is the moment that I can surpass Michael Schumacher and have the most championships of all time. I will want that 8 time. And then, well, we get a very controversial finale that people are still crying about to this day.
Me as one of those people.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean,
I'm not crying, but like
no,
it was a fair fight. It was a fair fight. Not the
it
finale, the season.
oh yeah, I agree with you. Like, no, I do agree that that finale is, yeah,
Unfortunate, to say
yeah,
the least.
yeah. And again, like, no fault should go to either driver for that
Right.
whatsoever, because brilliant season for the both of them. But they're both definitely guilty of shenanigans against each other throughout
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
And
As
well,
while
yeah,
we were talking about that, we had Minico put in a 2/10 faster than Alan Toes. I don't think that'll stand, but just wanted to point that out.
yeah,
Good lap.
I didn't even notice that. Impressive by Minigo to pull that lap out. Alan, I think, is going to come out momentarily in response and
Yeah,
try to beat that out. But still, like
I'm
the
actually
two of them, they're almost a full second clear of the next
literally if
driver. That's insane.
that's funny. A full second clear of yellow, which is no slowpoke. He
Yeah.
loves NA. Corners out.
Oh
Oh, that's gonna be a bad place. Minico's on his lap. Oh, this is gonna be Minico's final lap. Is that car gonna get cleared up?
nope.
Oh my god.
Ooh, cutting it close. Oh, and that I think that is Alan making his way out right now, and yes, it is. He is coming out in response. So I guess we'll have to keep an eye on him in a bit and see if he does manage to beat him. Estenba, I think he was trying to start a new lap, but he's already invalidated
Oh
it.
no. Minico hit the wall coming out of sector the tight sector after the hairpin. That's gonna be his qualifying probably done with.
Yeah,
I think
he's
he has
missing
front wing
his
damage. Yeah,
he's missing his left wing end plate for sure. So that's
this one for
absolutely
sure.
it for him. Still, he is a little bit up on Allen. Allen will have to make this lap count, and in 2.5 tenths is decently sizable gap to try and make up.
No. New tires, I was reading earlier. I don't know the tire delta, obviously.
Oh my
New
God.
tires get you about 2.5 to 3 tenths on grip. So I think he can do
Oh,
it here if he can hook up the lap.
okay, give me a second. Oh, my Discord's getting pinged like crazy right now. Apologies, everybody. Give me a second. Okay,
Rip.
we're just gonna mute that. Okay, there we go. Notifications are off. For one particular server that was just
Bing,
like pinging.
bing,
Oh
bing,
yeah,
bing.
it was literally like that. And I'm like, all right, I'm sorry, but I'm muting you for now.
That's funny. As Alan Toast is gonna start his lap, let's see
Yeah,
what he's gonna be able to do.
yeah, we're gonna just stick with him throughout this lap. Actually, I'm gonna see exactly what he's doing. What?
Jesus
Oh,
Christ!
he literally took that
Jesus!
corner with absolutely no fear whatsoever. He
He was
threw that
so
car in.
close.
Yeah, it was like perfect too. No oversteer. Oh, well, never mind. Right as I say that, he oversteers just a little bit. Like no oversteer, no understeer. It's just perfect entry and exit, nailing it through the hairpin as well. I can never get that corner right.
Same.
I always screw up the exit, but Alan's
Jesus, lap is hooked.
he is absolutely on fire right now. I don't understand how he's going this quickly. Like, what the
Oh,
heck is
he's getting
happening?
held up. Oh no, we're good. We're
Oh,
good. We're
Alfa
good.
Romeo does well to get out of his way because I think he would have kept going regardless. He is cooking with gas on this lap. He is
That was
up almost 2 tenths, but he needs a little bit more time. Monaco at the moment is still hypothetically ahead. This final sector is gonna be what makes the
hold on.
difference. Going around final corner, just a little bit
Oh
further to go.
my! Wow, what a
Skirting
run to
the
the
edge.
line.
Did he pull it off? He does. Oh, sub minute 10?
He
What?
pulled 3 tenths and a half at the last sector.
What? He did a sub 1 minute 10 time and
On no
somehow
assist.
pulled, yeah, on no assist and pulled out 3 extra 10s in that final sector. He's a whole
He
different animal. Oh my god.
You remember that one time where Max was just talking about how he knew that his first two sectors weren't that good, so he had to pull something out of his ass in the last sector
Yeah,
at
same thing.
Monaco?
Same thing.
That's just happened.
Yeah, that is
Oh,
absolutely wild.
wow. Just
What a
wow.
lap. And nobody else, I think, is finding improvement right now. Well, actually, hang on a second. We got Sketchy, who's found nearly 2 tenths in that first sector. We'll have to see how much more time he's going to be able to gain in the second one, but he's got his teammate directly ahead. Goes a little bit over the curb there. That might cost him a smidge of time. Oh, he hits the wall. That's it. Wait, but he's still up somehow half a second, and he's got damage.
Nope.
He's lost his whole front
Nope.
wing. Oh, he's done.
That's
He's
his
about.
entire front wing. That's done.
Sketchy's probably going to send me a message saying, "Well, why did you ride on board with me? You completely ruined my luck there." Uh,
You want to put one on the curse counter?
yeah, that's definitely one with the curse counter. Sketchy is probably going to say in the chat at some point, just, "I hate you," straight up.
I hate you. That's so funny.
Okay, well, that's updated. I'm kind of scared because we might be beating the record of 11 this time. Uh, but yeah, it looks like that's the end of qualifying for the most part. Yeah, that is everybody. We're just waiting on Sketchy to finish up in the pits, but that's it. What an absolute lap Alan pulled. That was insane.
That was
Like,
pretty nuts.
I imagine Minico was like super happy with that lap, and then the moment he saw that, he just went, "What the
God
hell?
damn
How did he
it.
do that?
Yeah, 100%.
How many push-ups? How many sit-ups? What kind of juice does he drink to make this happen?"
What kind of steroids is he on right now? Because
He,
that's a different human.
maybe he just has a better gaming chair.
100%. As we had 3 people not set a single lap time. Cape, Estenba, and Sako didn't set a single lap.
Yeah, that is. I'm still baffled by that. Like a sub
Yeah.
minute 10. I'm still processing how he managed to pull that lap out. That's incredible. Like,
I'm gonna tell you right now, I can do a 9.9, I can do a 9.8 with assists.
yeah, like for me, I would be happy if I managed to do a minute 11, which I still can't do. Like,
That's crazy.
for those who don't know, there's a reason why I'm down in tier 5, and I have this little gift called hand tremors. So if you look closely, you can actually see my hands like twitching, well, my fingers specifically. So
Yep.
yeah, I have no choice but to like use assists and stuff in order to keep the car stable, because otherwise I just lose it.
I don't think I could drive on controller with hand tremors. I can't drive on controller anyways. That's
Yeah, I mean,
point.
controller is all I use. I do not have a wheel. I had one, but then it had no force feedback, so I was just sat there like, well, oh well.
Might as well do a controller game.
Yeah, and I mean, I've
Get more force
adapted.
feedback.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I've adapted the best I can, so I'm making do. But yeah.
It's rough.
It is, but I have to say though, impressive by Alan to pull that lap out. Just incredible.
Nuts. That was faster than I want to say half the tier 1 grid.
Yeah, and he does it with no assists as well,
Yeah,
which is
that's wild.
insane.
I think my best no assist lap was like a 10.9, 10.8. A second faster is just not. I mean, I could probably find it, but like, it's nuts.
Okay, here we go. 5 red lights coming on here at night in Monaco. And the lights are out. We're underway. I think Minico actually may have gotten the better start between the two. Actually, no, it looks like it's pretty dead even as we make our way into turn 1. Looks like everybody has made it through okay for the most part. Yes, indeed, no DNFs. Okay, that's already off to a great start.
Everyone
So,
has made it through. There's a little contact back here with Estenba, Nornbesch, and Villeneuve, but everyone's has made it through very cleanly.
yeah, already you can see Minico all over the back of Alan.
Oh, and Estenba just went into Villeneuve. Not Estenba. It was Sako went into Benz.
And that's already a virtual safety car.
There's two front wings missing. I think Drunken Shamrock is also missing a piece of his wing. Nope. Doesn't look like it. Who was I looking at there?
These tire strategies are interesting. So we have mostly medium runners, a few hard runners, and then one very interesting outlier.
Yeah, I wouldn't say this is the best play from Drunken.
No.
He's always been a risky one to start on to do his tire strategies. Sako's crash.
This might convert into a full safety car then. It might, but I don't think so.
It won't. Not this late.
Yeah. Still, I mean, I like to talk to other drivers when I can about like the tracks and stuff. I usually address a little bit more indirectly, but one thing that I heard consistently from multiple drivers in the league before this race was the soft tires ain't it. They don't last long at all. Like I'm going to avoid using them unless there are like less than 5 laps left. That's what I heard from like multiple drivers about it. When I talk with them on like voice chats and things like that. It was consistently across the board. The soft tires ain't it. Hard tires are amazing. Get on those when you can, and maybe ride out almost the whole race on them if possible.
Literally.
Yeah. Like that's what I've heard consistently from everybody. So
in tier 4, I used all 3 compounds. I started on the mediums, went to the hards, and then to the softs at the very, very end. Softs lasted 6 laps with good grip.
Yeah.
And 12 laps, and after 12 laps, you're in puncture territory. Like, it's bad.
Yeah. I unfortunately didn't get that opportunity to use the slicks, except for that one time where the game gave me an error, and I was forced to do it in the rain. Not fun. But
No.
the Inters, they honestly felt pretty nice. I was able to take them one set almost, well, no, not almost, over 30 laps.
Right.
Although at that point I was like, okay, let's take a look at the wear. Okay, we're approaching 80%. I got a pit. I was hoping for the track to dry out because it stopped raining about midway through, and like 5 laps later, I'm like, why isn't it
Hmm.
dry yet? And I
Why isn't
just
it dry? Everyone was waiting for the dries.
I was waiting every single lap. I'm like, please let it dry, please let it dry, please let it dry, and it just didn't. And I'm like, fine, I'll
Yeah.
pit. But I already anticipated the mediums, so I had that selected. I selected the alternative strategy that popped up on my MFD for enters. I manually swapped it to enters. I go into the pits, they give me mediums, and I am screaming internally and externally for a whole lap until I quit again. So
Yep.
yeah, that was pain. Thankfully these drivers don't have to worry about any wet weather to impact them, but honestly Monaco, even without the wet weather, is still harrowing. Meanwhile, though, looks like Monaco is still right on the heels of Allen. Allen, I think, will be desperate to pull away. Ketchen is also doing well to keep up, but he is losing a bit of time despite being on the faster tire compared to the two ahead.
Yeah, I was just about to say he is on the medium tires compared to the hard runners of Yellow, Minico, and Toes. He's keeping up with them, but that's not a very good sign. Yellow has
Actually, he's
lost a little bit of
gaining.
time.
Yeah, actually,
Well,
actually,
yeah,
Ketchen
now
is
he's
gaining a
gaining.
whole lot more now. He gained like almost 4 tenths in just a few moments, but Minico is losing just a little bit of time here. These drivers are
Yeah,
locking up all over the place as
I
well.
think Toast is bringing is pushing Minico back into Ketchen. Minico getting a little bit caught out with Ketchen now in the DRS range. They're gonna have DRS, but DRS doesn't really matter around here. It's like 2 tenths around
Yeah,
the lap.
DRS is practically worthless here. I do agree with you on that. Like it just does not help. And honestly, okay, this is going to be a very hot take that a lot of people might hate me for. I wish Monaco was actually removed IRL from the calendar because
I
I just don't
won't
think it
hate you for
provides
that.
good racing at all.
Safety car. Who
Oh, there
crashed?
we go. Now, I know I do agree qualifying for Monaco is brilliant, and I am hoping that the new gen of cars in 2026 they're going to be a little smaller. So hopefully that will help out a little bit with the racing, but racing has always been kind of poor here. But I'm
So
just hoping for something more.
while we have the safety car, let's talk about that 2026 car because maybe, yes, they'll be smaller. They'll have a little bit less power, and their ERS is going to work differently. How do you think the drivers in real life are going to manage that ERS? As I think Max was it that said that you had a downshift on the straights to regain battery, which is absolutely dumb. You would not want to be at higher RPMs to heat your engine up more to get more battery to get a little bit faster. I don't think that would make too much
Well,
sense.
no, and well, honestly, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I still need to like look at all the finer details, but like you said, it's definitely a strange situation at street circuits in particular. At regular courses like Silverstone, I was about to say Barcelona, but by the time that starts, it's going to be Madrid. So,
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
like that, but that's
Um,
another topic.
honestly, I'm okay with it because, like, I don't know. For me, Barcelona, I look at. Come on, there we go. Okay, so it really, really.
That was funny.
There we go.
Hello.
Disconnected. Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Well, I
we're
think we're good.
good.
We are good now. Okay. Thank God. But I was gonna say I consider Barcelona to be like the vanilla racetrack. It's just
Yeah,
it's there. It exists. It's nice, but that's about it.
I
Madrid,
agree.
if the track is good and like from the bits and pieces that I've seen, it looks like it has potential. And honestly, like
Sketchy already getting a 3 second.
oh,
Great.
that sucks. But I mean, like, so many people hated on Vegas so much.
Yeah,
And then the race
exactly.
actually happens, and it's one of the best of the season. So, I mean, I think all judgment should be reserved until it
Fair.
actually happens.
That's also fair, But the only part I didn't like about the signed Madrid layout is the roundabout. It
Which,
reminded me.
yeah, no, I agree, but it looks like there was an amended version that removes the roundabout.
Okay, I didn't see
So
that.
yeah,
Oh, had a big
I
snap there,
mean,
turn
we all
one.
remember what the early version of the Miami track looked like, so it's definitely subject to change before it happens.
Yeah, yeah,
The early version of
that was
Miami,
bad.
oh boy, it looked like a hot mess. But now the one we have is honestly pretty nice, aside from that one chicane. But we don't talk about that one chicane. The
Look,
rest of the track is great though.
we can probably get rid of that chicane, just make that like an uphill straight. After the
Yeah,
left hander,
I
make it
agree.
the straight instead of the chicane there, and it would be a really good overtaking spot because you'd come over a crest into a braking zone because you're carrying so much speed, and then it's straight onto a long DRS straight.
Oh yeah,
So that would make it really nice. Just my opinion.
yeah, I 100% agree. Miami, I think it's a great track for overtaking, but man, ooh, that long curve straight with the DRS can definitely produce
Yeah,
some interesting moments.
yeah,
I'm not implying that I've been a victim multiple times in that area or anything, but you know, it's some stuff happens there occasionally.
some stuff. Hmm. I wonder what you're talking about. Miniko actually comes into the pits and he's changing his front wing. Miniko is changing. He got wing damage. It looks like from that previous lap, turn one incident. So not good for him so far. He's gonna be moving down to P9. It looks like full
So,
safety car.
well, this played
Oh my
out
god, this
perfectly
has
into Miniko's hands.
screwed
Wow.
Miniko though. No, this screwed Miniko. Actually,
Oh,
no, because Alan's on hards. So he's gonna have to either stay out or he's gonna have to pit on the mediums, which is gonna be a horrible strategy for him.
well, yeah, I mean, because, okay, if the drivers have two sets of hard tires, Miniko could go into the pits right now, put on a set of hard tires, and finish out on those easily. But again, that would require him pitting again. But now he's already
Again.
on mediums thanks to the safety car, so he could potentially pull that off.
Right. But if he pits now, he's gonna lose all of his every place on the grid.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
still, he does have the pace, albeit it's very hard to overtake. So I mean, it's risky. It could go either way, honestly.
all right, I'm watching. Alan is not coming into the pits. He's staying out. He debated it. He literally stopped basically on track and debated coming in.
Yeah.
He's not coming in.
Oh yes. It said in the chat. It said Monaco was only there because of tradition, and if it was proposed today, it would never make it, which I 100% agree with. Like, if nowadays a track like Monaco was proposed, it would be refused out the gate unless they forked over a ton of money to
Yeah.
Vietnam. Or well, and of course it stuck around because, like I said, it also said Monaco and Silverstone have both been around because they're big heritage tracks. But even Silverstone isn't immune to that because it was removed for a brief period of time until they renovated the circuit, and now it's a staple once again.
Right. And where did they go other than there? I think it was Brands Hatch
It was
that they went
Brands
to.
Hatch that they went to. I want to say there was another British circuit they went to. I'm not entirely certain,
I don't
but
remember.
yeah, Brands Hatch was the other one that they did go to. Which
I
nowadays it
remember
definitely
that.
wouldn't work.
No, Brands Hatch is such a small track.
Yeah, it
I
is.
like the track, but it is so small. The new cars would probably do like 45-second laps.
Yeah, like Brands Hatch is such a small circuit, and and I really didn't believe that until I played a game that had Brands Hatch in it. I'm like, oh, cool, I'll be able to check it out. And then I drove it. I'm like, so this is just a bigger go karting track, right? That's
Yeah.
essentially what this is. Like,
Well,
that's what it felt like to me.
it also depends which version you're driving. If you're driving the Indy layout, it's a little bit of a I don't know if you remember the corners, but you go uphill to the double right, or I guess that would just be a hairpin right,
Yeah,
and then you
the
go into the
hairpin.
left-hander, and
Yeah,
then it's a straight to the right-hander at the last corner, basically.
yeah. I mean, I've done like all the layouts, even the full layout. I mean, I just
Even the
drive it. And
full
I'm like,
layout is big.
the full layout is decently big, but even then, it's just like, if this were a Formula One car, this lap would be over
No,
in less than a minute. Like,
Yeah,
it is not a very long circuit at
and
all.
there's where would the DRS straight be? Because there would only be on the main straight, and even that you can't really put a DRS straight at that sharp of a
Yeah,
corner at the
and then
start.
yeah, and the track it's not very wide either, so it just wouldn't promote good
No.
overtaking at all.
Well,
Said also said everyone also was only using Brands Hatch until the 80s, which is
right.
true. Wait, I feel like okay, I know Silverstone was off the calendar in like the early 2000s for a couple of years, and I think that was specifically so they could do renovations for it. I could be mistaken on that, but or they were threatening to remove Silverstone from the calendar until they did those renovations. Which I
I
gotta
don't
say,
remember.
nowadays Silverstone is beautiful. It's such a nice
Yeah.
track now, but I can understand the lack of facilities potentially being a problem. Monza and Imola are actually both in real danger because of that right now.
Right. So question about Silverstone, since we're so busy under the safety car. Um, which pit lane do you like more? The start finish that we have now or the old start
I
finish?
prefer the new one so much better. Like
Yeah.
it is absolutely perfect to have it right there. Just that little straight. It's long enough to fit all the cars on there, and then you can just make your way around a little bit, and you don't have the S's right there at the beginning of the lap either.
Yeah, that is such a not a bad corner layout, but like you start off the Grand Prix, you throw it into the first corner, Stowe probably was flat, depending on if you weren't side by side, and then you're going straight into the S's, which is just the Maggots and Beckett's S's, which is just nuts if you're trying to go side by side with someone. You have to pull out, which
Yeah,
it doesn't make great racing. Right now we have a fast chicane, technically, into a braking zone that's a tricky two corner complex braking zone. So it makes a lot more interesting, in
yeah,
my
oh yeah,
opinion.
absolutely. Then you have a DRS straight immediately after that.
Right.
Fast left-hander into a hairpin immediately afterward. Another straight. Like honestly, Silverstone to me is one of those few tracks that has, I think, a perfect rhythm to it, where it's just it all comes together perfectly. Honestly, I would say the Circuit of the Americas also manages to pull that off in a little bit more of an or an unorthodox way, but it still pulls that off.
Personally, I prefer Coda over Silverstone just because personal preference, but I understand why people like Silverstone so much. It is a very flowy circuit. I also like Jeddah. Jeddah is one of my favorite tracks because it is so flowy that every corner feels really nice to go through. As we're getting underway for a safety car restart, Alan Toast is going to be getting us underway, and he's already gone. He is actually flying.
Yeah, you can already see that gap widening between Allen and Yellow Snowman behind. I mean, he just
Yellow's on
has
new tires.
yeah, Yellow is on new tires too, and actually it looks like Yellow is maybe starting to reel him a little bit back in now. Yeah, he actually is. Looks like Yellow is managing to pull out some pace in the AlphaTauri. But we also have Ketchin behind, and actually, where is Monaco? Oh, he's all the way down in P9, and directly ahead of him is Sketchy. So if the two of them
Looking to
come
go.
near together, it's going to be interesting. Three of us actually play Smash Bros on the regular every week. So like we all know each other really well. So if something happens, there's going to be some interesting discussions next time we do a session of that.
There's going to be some interesting smashing, as you would say.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, absolutely. We smash each
oh
other on the
man,
regular.
that's
Don't take that out of
wild.
context.
Yeah,
Um,
that's wild. Miniko is actually catching up to Sketchy. I think they're gonna swap around. I don't think Sketchy's gonna give him too much of a battle, but it's Sketchy. We can never expect anything.
Around the
It's actually
outside,
pretty cool.
Gwenfro just nailed his way past Border X Man. That was really risky, but managed to pull that off nicely. Again, very hard to overtake around Monaco, so any overtake at all, I would say, is a small achievement, to say the least.
Yeah,
Aston Bomb makes his way past Moon Midnight as well into turn one. Nice.
especially at that Rascas corner, it's very
Yeah.
tricky.
I mean, it's all about just finding an opening or maybe setting up a switchback just a little bit further. Oh, Minico's going on the inside of Sketchy. Oh, he gets a little bit too eager and scrapes against the wall. Surprisingly, no visible wing damage, but there may be something
Yeah.
we can't see. But yeah, a little bit close. He's desperate to get past Sketchy right now. And he may have an opening here in a second. He's got good momentum, maybe enough to take it alongside. He's thinking about it. He's going for it on the inside. Miniko sends it
Oh, he's
through.
so late.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
That
he is
is
so late on the brakes there.
that is a breaking point that Daniel Ricciardo would be very proud of right there. Just absolutely brilliant. He's found his way through, but he's got a lot of positions left to go if he hopes to catch up towards the front. Although, on the bright side for Minico, looks like he did pit again with the idea that I had of just pitting again for hard tires, so he doesn't have to pit again for the rest of this race. So he
No,
should be all
not
set.
really.
Alan will, though.
Yeah, Alan's always gonna have to pit here, but actually Minico's already on the back of Drunken Shamrock. He's gonna be trying to get a move done as quick as possible to get these hard tires as far forward as he can, as he has a lot of other competition on the same tires. The inadvertently border in front of Drunken and Ketchin in P3. Yellow Snowman is on mediums along with Gwenfro and Shamrock, who he is currently battling. So he's gonna have the tire advantage for now, but Minico has the pace advantage. I think Drunken is fast, but there's no way you're gonna stop Minico.
Now, meanwhile, we actually have Esteban. He also made his way past Sketchy Bowl, who's having a bit of a hard time of it. Does he have damage? Okay, it doesn't look like. He may just be trying to be a little bit careful and not crash, which I don't blame him. Oh, Minico just had to scrape at the wall. Did he get damage there? He had a bit of a moment. Okay, and once again, no visible damage. You can see he's
Oh my God.
all over the back of Drunken Shamrock. Is he setting up a switchback here, looking for an opening? Can't find it. Oh my god! How is he not
Minico!
Miniko is playing a very dangerous game here, and now he's vulnerable to Essenbaugh. Yeah, Essenbaugh makes the move, gets past Miniko a little bit too eager for his own good. Is he going for another move again? Caution at sector 1.
Oh,
That is
there's
Moo
a
Midnight.
William background. Spun
Oh,
around to turn 1.
poor Midnight making his way back around. He's gonna be all the way down in last with his teammate just ahead. Oh, Miniko's lost his whole front wing in the meantime!
Oh my God, no.
Oh, he
That's
is
unfortunate.
not having a good time here.
He's gonna not be too happy about that.
Yeah, Miniko is not having a good time at Monaco.
What a surprise. He's having a good tier 1 race.
Yeah. I imagine he may also tell me after the race, why did you put me on the camera so much? You cursed me too. Meanwhile, we have Esteban. He's all over the back of Drunken Shamrock. He's looking just for any possible opening, just poking and prodding here. He just can't find a way through. Drunken Shamrock putting up a very strong defense. As we know, a full VSC, Miniko can take this opportunity at what? What the heck was that? Sketchy just phased through Miniko. What the heck? And Miniko is now just... he's glitched. He's in the pits. I was about to say, yeah, okay, that explains it. It took me a moment to realize exactly what that was, but yeah.
It's only a virtual, but everyone's coming into the pits that's below Normbash.
Yeah, on the bright side for Miniko, that means he only loses a couple of positions in all this, and he's immediately going to be back in, albeit on medium tires. Do you think those will make it to the end? And I think those will be struggling, but I think they could make it.
23 laps, they can make it.
Meanwhile, Alan will still have to pit.
If I remember correctly, I was getting about 3% tire wear for the mediums, so 3 times 23, it'll be around like 69. Nice.
No, I was going to say that you beat me to the punch. Sketchy gets another time penalty. Is that 6 seconds for him now?
I think so, yeah.
Take a look. Yeah, that is indeed 6 seconds worth of penalties for him. He's not having a great time here. Essenbaugh, once again, trying to find a way through. Miniko also gets a penalty.
Oh, rip.
Yeah, Essenbaugh looking on the inside now, manages to get past. Is he
went in? Oh, I think he hit the wall.
Breaking Drunken Shamrock, looking for an opportunity to strike back, perhaps, but he can't find a way through. Honestly, Drunken Shamrock has not spent his battery whatsoever.
No.
He could have defended his position there, but he maybe chose not to. I'm
I
not
think
sure.
I think Estenbaugh has front wing damage. Look at how he's understeering through these corners now.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh no, that's not good for him. There's no visible damage, but you can tell he's just not the same. He's
Yeah.
not having the same grip.
Yeah, he's
He's rocking
starting to
sheer
lose a
RP.
little bit of time to border just ahead. So I think you are right on that damage 100%. And even a little bit of damage is such a huge impact here because you need maximum downforce in
Oh,
Monaco. Like,
he's
even on
not
the
losing
dry,
enough
it's
because he's
50-50 wins.
caching. Holy crap, he is so fast. He's catching
Stinbot
so
is
quickly.
absolutely flying. There's no way he's doing another switchback here, is he? He's
Oh, he
looking for it.
nearly did it.
Oh, he just
He
couldn't find the
nearly got
opening.
it.
And he's going to go for it again. Once again, full drain, full send. He gets
Now
past.
around the
Border doesn't even
outside.
try to fight it. He just lets it happen.
Yeah, Border used 0% ERS there.
Yeah, I think he
Makes
even
sense.
just backed off the throttle as well. I think he just realized, it's probably better to just let him through, run my own
Yeah,
race, rather than try to fight him and lose more time to the cars behind.
right. 100%. And to the cars in front, because he's
Yeah.
on the better tire strategy at this point. These two medium runners, Yellow and Gwenfro, are probably not going to be able to make it to the end, in my opinion. But
Yeah. I
it'll
mean,
it'll have to come down to a safety car probably for them to pit.
one of the most important aspects, and I also think one of the most underrated aspects.
Miko
Oh
retired! Miko
no!
retired! Full safety car! Full
Oh,
safety
that's
car!
terrible.
No!
Oh, what a tragic end for Monaco. That's terrible. Oh, I think he went a little bit too eager, trying to
Yeah.
get that corner X and just scraped against the wall there. Oh,
Uh,
I can only
that's
imagine the frustration he has right now.
no damage for Estenbaugh. Damage for the floor on Estenbaugh, says Andy.
Oh, floor damage? Oh,
That's rough.
that's rough, buddy.
Oh my god, everyone just comes into the pits.
Alan
Everyone
gets a
but
free
Gary.
pit stop. This
Yeah.
race is just going entirely in his favor.
So now Alan gets a free pit stop on the mediums, the better race tire, for 20 laps. So
Yeah,
this just worked out for him perfectly. He's going to run away with this. Yellow Snowman on mediums. I think he
yeah.
started on hards. Let me make sure about that.
I think Alan
Yes, he
has
did.
stolen Giantsfan's plot armor just straight up at this point. 'Cause-
Literally.
Oh, well, as I was saying, he's going to
Never
have a
raced
great
the car.
opportunity thanks to the safety car. I was going to say
Look
one of
at
the
the
most
chat.
important and simultaneously underrated aspects when it comes to any form of racing is knowing when to pick your battles. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes if there's a guy behind you and he's like a second lap faster than you, don't try to fight him, let him through, because you're just going to waste more time fighting him to the cars behind when you could just, if you fight him, you're going to lose more than one position. You let him through, you lose one. You fight him,
Yeah.
you see yourself losing three. Like,
Like Border could have done there with the cars behind. Easily could have lost a bunch of positions.
yeah, but instead he played it smart and just decided, you know what? He's faster than me by a significant margin. I'm going to let him through and keep running at my own pace. And other drivers, when they're on the offensive, it's like, okay, we're coming up to this corner. Like, oh, we're coming up towards this left-hander. Am I alongside? No. Okay, then I'm not going to try and fight him here. Just picking the right moments to fight. You can easily see
Right.
yourself gaining more time and also, of course, not crashing.
Yeah, 100%. You need to pick your battles. You need to know who you can fight with and who you can't fight with. Of course, all of these drivers are a lot cleaner than what we had in Tier 4 and Tier 5, but you know from Tier 5, you need to be really careful who you're picking to go
Oh
side
yeah.
by side with. And
Yeah, now admittedly in Tier 5 I was definitely picking some battles that I probably shouldn't have, but it's just like strategically wise, it's like I have to fight this. In order
right,
to get
yeah.
the best position I can, I need to try and hold these people up. Although, when the time came, it's just like they're all over me. It's like, you know what? Screw it. Take the position. Go on ahead.
Right.
Like,
Exactly. You
I'm, yeah. Actually,
just
Midnight is one of those people in question who was just right on top of me, and I'm just like, yeah. And I tried to fight him for a good bit, which I did a decently good job, if I say so myself. But eventually, it was just like, you know what? He's faster. If he gets alongside, I'm not gonna try and fight it. I'll back out,
right.
let him through. And Monaco
Yeah,
says he's never racing Monaco again, which is honestly
fair.
the most realistic thing I've ever seen today.
It's fair. You can't blame the guy because he's crashed right now, like 18 laps into the race. Which, honestly, I would be pretty pissed too. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, just it's Monaco, man. Like when
Yeah,
I saw it was added onto the calendar, I just went, all right, well, it's been nice knowing all of you.
you know
But
my reaction. We were both there. It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
not ideal.
No, I'm just happy that I somehow finished and scored points. Like that in
Same.
itself is a miracle, and I'll take it. Although I'm personally really looking forward to China next week, even though I haven't driven it at all in this game. I was pretty good at it in the last game, so I feel like some confidence there.
Actually, I've driven it on both games very recently. I went back on F122, I think like 3-4 months ago,
Why would you do
and
that
I
to
drove
yourself?
China. I don't know, man. I was down bad. So I go back on F122 and I just do like a bunch of tracks. Monaco and China were both on the list. Monaco felt like I was wanting to kill myself every corner,
Of course.
as F122 is normally. And
Yep.
then China is just a very fun track where it's really tricky to get it right, but once you get it right, it feels so good. As we actually had Sketchy say
Yeah, I
in
was about to say
chat, not gonna turn it up
yeah,
anymore.
I was about to point that out as well. Yeah. So already the both of them
Yeah,
said, "We ain't doing this anymore. We're done. If it happens again, we're not showing up. You guys can run that. Have a great time. We
you
are."
can get me a reserve.
Yeah. Oh man. I don't blame them. This is
No.
Monaco. I will say though, we're already doing much better this time around than last time, because last time we
Oh
did
my
this
god.
and no assists, we
Oh,
had
that's
like less than half the lobby left at this point. So the
oh
fact that we
yeah.
still have 16 people left is honestly great to see.
Well, 16 people left, but 15 in this train. Midnight was not able to catch up to the train. He's still 12 seconds behind, so that is not going to be good for him. As actually, Alan Toast is going really slowly. This is helping Midnight out. Catch up to this group as much as possible. Is he going to be able to get up to the back of him? Just barely gets up to the back of the last car as Alan Toast is already gone. Yellow Snowman has had a little bit of a slump start. Going not side by side, going really close is Gwenfro and Estenbaugh. Oh, Gwenfro is struggling on the traction there. Estenbaugh gets around him on the uphill. NB
Oh
Jacobson is
no!
retired into turn one. Unfortunate for him. He's not had a great race either. Is actually further back. Cape to Possum and Sketchy Bull went side by side. I think
Sketchy got
Sketchy
ahead.
got past him.
Yeah.
Yeah, good move.
Yeah, and Sketchy said he's never going to do this again. Okay, this is straight up what happens in Smash Bros. Like, okay, we'll start a match, and then he's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna lose this for sure," and then he absolutely wins. Or like, it's one stock left, and we're fighting, and he said, "Oh, I'm losing this for sure," and then he wins. And like every time, I'm like, dude, please shut up. Like, it's just
Please.
like the moment you say that, the universe jinxes and it just lets you win straight up. Like that's
It
what
just
happened.
lets you in. That's funny.
It's just like, oh, you're gonna lose. No, no, no. That we're not letting that happen anymore. Just straight up. That's what happens.
Can
And
we
then
talk
so,
about letting Alan Toast win? Because he is cooking right now. He's already 2 seconds ahead of
oh, I
Yellow
mean, I don't
Snowman.
think anyone wants to let him win, but I mean, he's making it look so easy. It seems that way.
Yeah, literally. And we have a battle for P2 between Ketchen, Yellow, and Essenbaugh. They're really close here.
I mean,
Essenbaugh on the
yeah.
oldest tires.
This is just like an excellent microcosm of the 2023
Oh my god,
season.
Essenbaugh's on the inside. Oh, he had a look there. That was
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, this is a
Ketchen
great
went by.
microcosm of the 2023 season. Just one guy just pulling away absolutely dominant. Meanwhile, oh man, if he just removed first place, this is such an exciting moment. Like, Alan's just off in his own other dimension at this point. Like, look at that. Just a couple laps in, he's already almost 3 seconds clear.
He's literally just doing time trial. He's on like 70% ERS. Not even worrying about it.
Yeah, meanwhile, though, like we were saying, like, Brilliant battle right up here for second place. Two AlphaTauris in this as well. That's Benzo getting a penalty for corner cutting. Moldy Dragon, I think, just made his way past us. Something is happening to Benzo. Oh, he's crashed.
Oh, that's
That's
gonna
a
be a
safety
safety
car.
car.
Maybe
It isn't.
we ran out of safety cars.
No, I don't think so. I think we still have one more.
Well, I mean, this should be a safety car though, because it's like
Oh,
this
there's
is
someone
right.
crashed. Border crashed. Border crashed into the border.
Oh man.
I don't know where he is, but he's definitely crashed.
Oh yeah,
He's on the right side.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's just
I think we're going
completely bent it there. Thankfully, his car is still intact for the most part, but
Hey,
he
that's
is
not the
missing
first
an
Ferrari to stop there.
yeah, but he is missing that front right end plate.
I think he's missing the entire front right. No, he's just missing the end plate. That's the DRS enable.
Yeah, literally, like I don't understand. Like the moment I've been seeing this internally lately, the moment anybody says, "Oh yeah, this is going to happen," opposite occurs. Just like I said,
So-
with Sketchy, that happened. Now that just happened. I don't understand.
Look
Okay,
at the fight for P2.
I am not going to get $1 million in the next 24 hours. That I probably won't. But Yellow, meanwhile, he is doing well to defend Ketchen, Essenbot, and Gwenfro. Well, I don't think he wanted to defend his own teammate, but still, Essenbot, he's just all over the back. We've seen him make several moves already, but that floor damage that's been mentioned may be plaguing him. He's still looking for an opportunity. He thought he could sneak his way past Ketchen. He's looking for any opening he can fight through, or even maybe create one himself. Does he have an opening here? Oh, nope. Late breaking from Ketchen allows him to remain ahead for now.
Great defending from Ketchen, getting the car slowed down, stopping that switchback from being able to happen, even though going into the hairpin, it's hard to get a switchback or around the outside move from a switchback because that outside line is just so tight. It's hard to go too wide there.
Yeah, Porter going for soft tires, which will absolutely not make it to the end, so it's an interesting decision.
No, it will make it to the end. They're just going to be 90%.
Yeah, I don't like pushing it that far. Meanwhile, speaking of pushing, Alan is already over 6 seconds ahead, so I think you are right about the time trial bit. He's just putting in the lap times at this point.
I want to see his lap times real quick, because this is nuts. Okay, I want you to guess his last 2 lap times on mediums.
Minute 13.
Lower.
Minute 11.
His fastest lap was a minute 11.825, and that was lap 23.
Simba on the outside. What a move he just went for. Can he pull it off side by side into the hairpin? Looks like Ketchen might remain ahead. They're still all they come together for a moment. Ketchen just remains ahead. Brilliant attempt by Estenbaugh, though. Almost made that work. Hits the back of Ketchen. Is that wing damage? That might be, but now Gwenfro's all over the back of Estenbaugh. Really close racing between all of them right now. But Ketchen remains ahead. Essenbaum did make a brilliant attempt there, though. Almost pulled it off. Yeah, that fighting definitely worked out for Yellow's favor. And no, Alan, we literally said, like, what, 2 minutes ago? He was 6 seconds ahead? Now it's 8.
At the start of the lap, he was at 6 seconds.
He's 2 seconds faster a lap compared to everybody else.
In the Nova
chicane. I think we are out of safety cars, actually.
Oh my god. That is... Oh, he taps him! Ketchen got tapped around by Estenbaugh.
Oh,
he's still going in a straight line. He's not happy. Ketchen giving him a little bit of wiggles there.
Estenbaugh once again looking for an opening here. He found one earlier right here, and he think he might find another. Oh, Ketchen just covers him off. He doesn't have a chance there.
I'm surprised they don't have wing damage.
I'm surprised too. I really expected that to happen by now.
I mean, this is working so well in Yellow's favor. He's already 2 seconds ahead. This is working out also very well for Yellow's teammate, Gwenfro, because them battling as they're going side by side nearly into the Nova chicane. Not a place to overtake, guys. Take it easy.
Estenbaugh doesn't want to take it easy. He wants to find a way through. But honestly, Ketchen isn't in a great spot. He's burnt up almost all of his battery trying to defend right now. While Asenbach
Well,
still has significantly more to play with. So
well,
right now,
this is really bad for Ketchin. Now he's gonna come onto the straight. Oh, never
oh,
mind.
snap of oversteer from Estenbaugh. That's going to be some time lost.
Yeah,
Speaking of time lost, Gwenfro has suddenly dropped back significantly to the
that's
two
a
cars ahead of him. Now Drunken Shamrock is all over the back of him.
so Ketchin has 5%, 10% battery. Essenbach has 40% battery, and Ketchin is no longer in the DRS. So if Essenbach can get a good run out of the last quarter, he will 100% be able to make this move into turn one, because Ketchin will have nothing to defend with. No DRS, no tires.
Yeah, I mean, we say that now, but it looks like Ketchen is starting to draw Yellow back in. If he can just gain 3/10 somehow by the end of this lap, he will get that DRS back, which he will desperately need if he hopes to continue to hold off Esteban. And he is almost in range already.
Jeez.
This might be exactly what he needed. Oh, he
Oh,
touched
he
the
hit the
wall.
wall.
Is that damage? That's still
No,
the.
no
How did he get the damage? What?
That's not.
That is absolutely crazy. But
Is he gonna get it? He doesn't get it.
he's out of range. He doesn't have it. Is this Esteban's chance finally arriving? It looks like it is alongside. Can he get ahead into turn one?
I
It's
think he
close.
does.
Ketchen just stumped
Yeah.
everything, but it's too little too late. Esteban gets past and is now in the podium places, but could maybe snatch away his second place from Yellow.
Great racing from these two, absolutely on the edge up until that last moment where Ketchen had nothing more to give. He defended until he literally couldn't do anymore.
Yeah, that was impressive. Speaking of impressive, Drunken Shamrock is going for an overtake here. Going into the hairpin, he gets ahead of Gwenfro. Now up to
What a
P5. Wow. This is great racing we're seeing right now. Wow.
compared to season 8, whenever there was like 4 people at this point. That's
Yeah, I did like to think about that.
I did say we were gonna have another time, another not not the same race. We were gonna have another conclusion to the amazing Monaco. Personally, I don't like racing this track, even though I made up 15 positions in my own race. So I have the pace in my tier,
Yeah.
but it's still a bad track to race around. It's so scary.
Sabat is going for Yellow Snowman on the inside of turn one. He looks for the chance, and he's still slightly alongside. Can he somehow get ahead into this next corner? He's closer, he's closer, he's a little bit ahead. Can he fully finish out the move? He does! What a move!
Around the outside, he went deep into the corner, got a great line at the exit,
Perfect.
and made it stick all the way through until he had the outside line once more.
That was perfect. Actually, like that was incredible from Estenba. Unfortunately,
tires.
the next closest driver is 11 seconds ahead. So, something
Reminding
tells
you of
me
Giants
he's not pulling that gap.
reminding you of Giantsfan a little.
A little bit, yeah. I miss him in here. He was great.
Yeah. Well, Giantsfan is onto better things on iRacing, but we have more than enough not
Oh yeah,
competition,
absolutely.
domination from Alan Toast.
Yeah,
his
multiple
teammate
drivers
actually comes out
electing
in
for
front of him.
soft tires now. Actually,
His teammate Normbash came out in front of Alan Toast and quickly gave the position back.
yeah, I don't think Norbash will want to get in his teammates' way. But actually, hold up a second.
Yeah.
Is it me or is
No, it's
Esteban
not you.
gaining?
It's not you. He is definitely gaining. He's already
Despite
down
throw
a
damage.
second.
And
Yes.
slightly older tires.
What you have to remember is Alan Toast is on 80% battery.
So really, it's just the equivalent of Lando getting past Max in Brazil, and then Max starts trying, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Basically.
As a Lando fan, that hurt to watch. I saw Lando almost get past it. I'm like, could Lando do it? And then Max is just like, no, and just veers like.
As a Lando fan, that also hurt. What also hurt was Russia 2021.
Oh, Yeah, I blame the team more so than Lando for that one.
Yeah. Why are you asking your driver?
How do
Broken
you
wing for Esteban.
feel about the
Broken wing for
tire?
Esteban.
Wait, Esteban's a broken wing? Ain't no way.
End plate maybe. There's no visible damage.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Could it be Alan, maybe? There's no way Alan has
No,
damage.
no. Alan's fine.
Yeah.
Esteban look. Well, that's what Andy said in chat.
Okay, so Andy said that. I mean, we're not seeing this. So
Well,
maybe it's something that we can't see.
I'm watching Esteban's. I'm Beast from Tier 3.
Wait,
Well, I'm
what?
saying Andy from chat.
Yeah.
Beast, yeah. We can't see the visible damage. We don't. If he does have damage, then he's keeping up with Alan Toast with damage. He's
Yeah.
actually gaining a little bit. So
Yeah, which is honestly like impressive in and of itself.
he already has floor damage. So the fact that he's keeping up and catching is nuts.
Now, speaking of
Under
catching,
10 seconds.
Catching is now in a range of Yellow Snowman. Oh, that was a close moment. Yellow struggled through that little chicane there. Ketchin thought he saw an opportunity, but well, Yellow was right there, so couldn't really find an opening in that moment. But we could have yet another battle for the podium here.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something that's not gonna worry you at all. Alan Toast has lost 2 seconds.
There's
He's down
no
to
way
9
this is
seconds.
happening.
Alan,
Alan has not dumped a single bit of battery. Actually, I think he still has like over 80%.
yeah, he does. But Alan is struggling on tires. He is getting swirly out of a lot of corners.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep an eye on that later. Meanwhile, Ketchin is on the back of Yellow. We have an interesting fight here. Sketchy makes it now 9 seconds to his name, and right now that is gonna put him out of P9. But if he gets one more, it's gonna put him out of the points. Well,
Not too
actually, no, no,
good
no.
for
Hang
him.
on, I got that completely wrong. It's not gonna put him out of the points, but it's gonna get him dangerously close.
No, it will put him out of the points.
Wait. Okay, yeah, never mind. No, he's good. As long as he doesn't do anything
For now.
crazy, he should be just fine. But it is
Yeah.
sketchy, so he might do something crazy.
Well, we don't worry about that. I'm I'm more surprised that Alan Toast is on 95% battery.
Yeah, he's just not spending anything right now. He's just using a little bit here and there. Meanwhile, Esteban has done nearly everything in a desperate attempt to catch up, which honestly he's been doing a great job of right
Yeah.
now. But I think it'll be too little too late. Meanwhile, Yellowstone and Ketchin do have a slight interruption to their battle as they lap midnight, I think. No, that's not midnight. Is it Moldy? No, it is
It
midnight.
is
Never mind.
midnight. Well,
Yeah,
that
I wasn't quite
is
sure
a
because
tight
like
battle.
Alpine and Williams, like their indicators on the track map, their colors are so similar, it's
They're
almost hard to
basically the
tell.
same.
Yeah, like it on first glance, it's the same color. On second glance, it's like okay, there's a slight difference.
Same thing with Mercedes. Mercedes you could kind of put in there, but it's a little easier to
Yeah,
tell.
it's a little more distinct. That's why I hope that Alpine goes for pink indicators. Actually, speaking of Alpine, have you seen little hints as to what their livery is going to be? It looks like
I
they're
have
going for
not.
a pink camo design.
Ooh, I like that. Personally, I'm not a big camo guy, but if you do camo good, there's some really good liveries out there that I've seen on GT3 cars that are camo.
Oh
Very
yeah.
nice. I've never seen a pink camo though, as I'm actually just watching catch. He is sliding all over the place trying to catch up with yellow.
Yeah, he is looking for a potential opportunity, but Yellow is just making the AlphaTauri extra wide to make sure that he keeps ahead. And thus far, it seems to be working quite well. Actually, I just thought about this. Will Orlen still be a sponsor of the Red Bull Junior team next year? I don't think they'll be.
With the
I
what?
don't think they will be a title sponsor because it sounds like they're going to be the Visa Cash App Racing Bulls team, which I wish I
Orlean?
was joking. Yeah,
Um, I think Orlean is more of a Red Bull sponsor.
well,
Is it?
Orlen was always it was Robert Kubica's personal sponsor. So it was
Right.
with Williams when he was a driver, and then it went to Alfa Romeo when he was a reserve, and then when he left, I guess they still wanted some business in F1, so they went to AlphaTauri. But
Okay, so one thing I will say is, even though Andy in chat said that he will lose time now, he's already gained another half a second, putting him down to 8.8. So Esteban is not, he's not going to catch him, obviously.
oh,
3 second
he
penalty.
definitely won't now.
He definitely won't now. Oh, that's a commentator's curses.
Yeah. Well, that's another one for the counter.
That was instant too. That's nuts. Well, he's still catching him. Hello, Pat. How are you doing, trader? Pit.
Yeah. So, Pat, are you impressed? More than 3 people have lived this long.
Literally.
Yeah. I did not like that race last time around, but this time around it's way more exciting. Speaking of catching once again all over the back of Yellow, looking for a chance. Yellow desperately holding on to this podium, which I know he'd like to have because I mean, in previous seasons Yellow was a front runner. As more and more
Right.
drivers have joined in it, he's been pushed down a little bit more and a little bit more. Not that he's slow, but just you've got so many fast drivers in recent seasons, and no assists. It's been great to see.
Honestly, it's really good to see these
Oh.
13 people at the end of the race, 37 laps in. Let me not jinx it.
Yeah,
And
this is
have them.
already more than tier 5.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think this is the same that Tier 4 had finishers.
Yeah, then
Which
again
is
in tier 5, we had 2 people DNF like immediately out the gate.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, the Tier 2 race I commentated was pretty nuts. There was carnage on lap 1. Calm died instantly, which it's just calm things, I guess. He started at the back and I think got tapped around. Went straight into a wall. Casual turn 1 things at Monaco. Oh no. Caped had a bad exit. He broke his wing. Caped
Sketchy
broke
takes
his
advantage
wing.
and gets past. And now it looks like yeah, Gwenfro got past as well. That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh wait, does Gwenfro also doesn't have a front wing?
Oh wait, really?
Neither of them
Oh
have
no.
front wings.
So Sketchy might actually come out in P7 here if you can pull out those 6 seconds of gap that are
I mean,
no actually
he already has
yeah,
it.
he
He's
has
already
it.
got it. He's
Yeah.
already got the gap. P7 is
Yeah.
his. So long as he doesn't pin it in this last 2 laps.
Do you think they'll stay out and just not pit on 2 laps? I would do that.
I would just
Sketchy is
stay out.
bursting
I
out
would
the
stay
front.
out and endure it, honestly.
Yeah. I stayed out with no
What's
front
one
wing
more lap?
for 3 laps
Yeah.
in my race, so
Yeah,
you could do it.
I feel like Ketchin is gonna make a desperate move here soon. Because I mean we're on lap 38. This is gonna be a now or never moment, very much the position I was in at the end of tier 5, which unfortunately I was unable to pull off. Skill issue on my part, but
Real issue.
yeah. Although I think I may get that position back because I think I can get a time penalty removed, but that's another story. Um,
Oh,
no
no
move.
way.
Oh,
No
he collided with
way.
Dornbush. They're both out.
No way. Is that another one?
And that's another curse.
God
I
damn it.
can't
I've
believe
done 2
this,
curses in the span of like 5 laps.
that makes it number 4.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
looks like we're gonna be getting a new record this season, people. Uh,
Oh no.
Pat in the chat, major just bad. I mean, yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, well, for some extra context, guess how much practice I put in this week for this race.
Maybe 15 laps. That's my guess.
That's a trick question. I didn't practice.
Okay,
So,
fair enough.
I mean, like,
Fair
I
enough.
did enough to get a setup and to put it in a lap time, and that is it. And,
Oh my god.
so
Gretchen is
honest,
drifting.
Yeah, and Ketchin knows this is going to be the last. Well, technically, he's still on the penultimate lap, I think. Oh, no, never mind.
No.
This is the final lap indeed. Allen is making his way around to cross the line in what has been nothing short of a dominant performance. Still, credit to Estenbaugh for closing down that gap by well over 5 seconds to take second place. Allen just dominated this entire event, and Yellow, I think, has just managed to pull off a stellar defense take home P3 for AlphaTauri. You can see Ketchin still looking for any chance, any opening.
He tries.
He's
Pushes
going
him a
for
little
it.
bit
There's no
wide.
way he's gonna try and squeeze in. He's squeezing
Oh,
in. They come together.
oh my god. That would have been insane.
Ketchin, unfortunately for him, loses out on P3, but will take P4. Yellow Snowman putting up the defense of a
Wow.
lifetime to keep a hold of P3. Drunken Shamrock rounds out the top 5 with Moldy Dragon going to cross the line. He will be P6. And Sketchy, despite the penalties, because he didn't break his front wing, unlike the two drivers behind him, he's going to be finishing P7.
What a finish between P3 and P4. Nearly colliding, spinning, catching around. Wow, that would have been really detrimental
Yeah,
if
that would have been
Yellow.
such a controversial ending. Like, imagine they both took each other out and drunk and ended up on the
Yeah,
podium.
that
Oh
would have
my
been
god.
nuts.
Like, there just the absolute meltdown that would have followed would have been horrific. But
Yeah,
Border
yeah.
X-Man will be the last one to cross the line, and that's going to be the end of the Monaco Grand Prix. This turned out way better than I initially expected, I'm not going to lie. Aside from
There
the
was
fact that we added 3 to the curse counter, but it happens.
there was one extra person than points finishes.
Yeah, which honestly, considering this is no assist, I will take that.
Yeah, around Monaco, the hardest track in the game. Congratulations. Clap out to the drivers.
Yeah, like for
Great job.
everybody that finished, great job. 100%.
And Pat the Rock saying Yellowstone Man more like Fernando Alonso.
I mean, yeah, that
Hey
that
man.
genuinely was the Alonso train. So, I mean, if the top 3 want to hop in the interview waiting room, we can do interviews.
Heck yeah.
I don't know if they will, though. I think a lot of them were just like, you know what? Monaco's over. I'm going to bed. That's it. I've had enough. Well, actually, we do have Alan in the interview waiting room now. So I guess we will go ahead and drag him in here. Okay, Alan, can you hear us? Alan?
Well,
Uh,
hello.
hello? Yeah, I gotta say, what a dominant performance you just had. You just got ahead into turn 1 and just sailed off. Didn't look back. Surprisingly, though, you don't have the fastest lap that goes to Border. I genuinely expected you to have the fastest lap, but two people beat you out on that. That being Esteban, who was closing in very well towards the end, but unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to catch up and beat you. But that was fortunate for you for sure. Still, did you have any concerns up until you got the time penalty when he started gaining?
The walls.
Yeah, 100%.
That'll do it.
Definitely the walls. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
the lack of practice really was just the killer for me.
Yeah. You
I just
just.
had to, survive. That was really my objective, whether it was first or last.
Yeah, I mean, you killed it during qualifying, doing a sub-minute 10 despite no assists. Absolutely incredible. So props to you for cementing your lead even further in the championship. Any strategies or plans going into China next week?
Hopefully I can actually practice this time.
Fair. Fair.
That's really just it. And hope I can beat Monaco again. Didn't hit the wall, so I'll take that. That's a win.
All right.
And DNF, so
Yeah, perfect. Thanks for your time.
thank you guys.
Yellow's also in that interview room.
Yeah, I'm gonna drag him in here in just a second. All right, Yellow, what a great race you just had. Put up a stellar defense despite trying literally everything he could to get past you. You managed to keep him behind and scored a podium. So, how do you feel with that result?
Oh man, that was something else. I've had quite a day. This is my seventh straight hour of just Monaco racing.
Oh,
So I am exhausted. But yeah, that was something else. He was throwing everything at me, and
Oh,
honestly,
yeah.
fair play to him. He was on it, and if I made one major mistake, he'd been right there. He didn't let up the whole race.
Yeah, I mean, props on you for not making any mistakes, because, like you said, any opportunity that would have arisen, he would have taken it, and even when there weren't, he still tried to go for it. But you
Yeah, he
just
was
had
there.
like the ultimate defense and all of that, so brilliant job holding him off, and a brilliant podium.
Yep, first podium in quite some time. Been a few races. Good to be back on here.
Yeah. Any plans or strategies going into China next week?
No clue. Never driven there with no assist. We're gonna find out next Saturday, next Sunday at 8 p.m.
Just gonna wing it. I like that strategy.
So very much so. We're winging it everything. It's the Ferrari way, but I am AlphaTauri in this year. But
I
I'm gonna wing
mean,
it.
AlphaTauri is just the discount Ferrari, though. Well, it's discount Red Bull
Yeah,
as
to
well,
be
but
fair.
you know.
Strategies not ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Thanks for your time.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for commentating again, boys.
All right, that is going to be the end of Monaco. That was a harrowing race. Albeit a more exciting one than I initially anticipated, so that was great to see. I
Right.
think we're going to be looking forward more so to China next week, where things are going to, I think, heat up significantly. Hopefully, not heat up into that particular hairpin corner of the DRS straight, but we'll have to see how that plays out. We'll be seeing you all next week for that.
See y'all next week.
Yep,
Make
see
sure
ya.
you tune in.
Be sure to tune into all tiers as well. See you around.